All right. This is my 1999 F-150 Ford Lariat. Um, it's been a good truck. It has a little over 240,000 miles on it. Well, a few years ago, I had a problem. I did have, if you can see this little piece here off, but I wanted to test drive it, so I just stuck it back on there. And technically, you can get to everything you need without taking this plastic piece off. It just makes life easier. Well, if you'll notice, this little piece, that little white piece there with a little wheel in it, had broke. And I got the old one somewhere. But, so, that caused my gear indicator to not show the right gear. So, yeah, there's a good shot over there. So, as it got progressively gotten worse, it wouldn't show the right gear indicator. So, what I did was took some zip ties, and one of the little, where the wheel sets in, had broke. So, I just used a couple of small zip ties as spacers to fill in the gap so I could get the wheel right. And that wheel is how you adjust your indicator, your drive, your neutral part, reverse, where it's setting over the right gear, setting over the right gear. So, but here lately, all of a sudden, it had gotten where I couldn't even start it in park. I'd have to start it in neutral, and there was a lot of play in my gear shifter, which is on the steering column. Okay, so as you can see, that's that piece. So I went and bought that piece from AutoZone, I guess. It was $14 for that little plastic piece, but still relatively cheap part. So I come in and put it on. I either all the way up or all the way down. I can't get no more than it go into 3 gears. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Well, if you can see, not too blurry. I'll try to point it out. I've done the work. It's too tight of a fit to try to make the video and record. My housing for my GoPro is broke, so I actually just ordered one yesterday. But anyway, so there's that. Let's see. I'm sorry. There's a white piece. And if you look up, I need my light to shine on there. And if anybody's wondering about these headlamps, even the cheap ones, I got one from like a Dollar General just to see how it worked. I liked it, so then I got me a good one. These things are invaluable as far as like if and when you need them. God, I'm just trying to get a clear shot. Okay, so you can tell what's what. All right, do you see that little piece right? The white piece at the bottom of the screen that looks like it's sticking out of like, let's see. Yeah, the little yellow flagging or yellow thing there that has a B on it. And then you have that metal piece, and then you have that silver plating. Okay, well mine, I checked it, and let's see here, on the right spot maybe. Okay, so I had checked mine, which would have been, let's see here. Hang on, I got a solution for this. Now, you should be able to see that piece. I want to make sure y'all are able to see the right ones, because I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. I could be undoing the wrong one. So, it's so cramped out here, and it's already hot today. So, I'll try to make this quick for my sake. Okay. Well, alright, you see that? Okay, what you need, you see the little white stem sticking out? Alright, you see the bolt right like above it? And that is going to be I can't get it to focus. There it is. See the little, where's the white stem? Let me get some light on it. Got that one. Now, there we go. Should be able to see it from there. Should be able to. Yes, perfect. Alright, see that little piece right there? Alright, so that bolt, which is now a T30, so if you don't have that tool, you're going to have to go buy one. They're pretty inexpensive there. And then there's one here. Okay, well mine was finger loose, and this right here was sticking off. You could barely see the white piece. So I myself had to go buy a T30, so I went and bought it. And then I tightened it up, took one out, looked at it to make sure the threads were good, put it back in, tightened it down as good, as good as I could, and took the other one out. After I put this one in, you want to take both of them. Do not take both of them out at the same time, because then it could come unaligned and be a big pain in the ass. And did that one. So, and then once you do that, then all you have to do is, all right, now we're back to the, where is it? To this piece right. The white piece right there in front of it, with the screw, with the little roller in between the two plastics, the housing, and that piece there. Then you can just roll that, and that rolls your indicator left or right, whichever way you need to go to line it up. Now putting that on, it wasn't that hard. Just have to make sure you have it turned the right way. You put the wheel through, and you're gonna pull that cable through. And then what I would do is I'd take my gear shift, push my brake, and put it all the way down as low as it'll go, and it'll bring what is actually connected to where the T30 goes. There's a hook, and that little cable has a loop on the end of it. Now it's a pain in the ass to kind of get on sometimes, and you just run it through the plastic, through the wheel, through the other side of the plastic, and then up and hook it on that loop. I can't show you the loop right now. Let's see if I can. Well, trust me, there's a loop there. You'll see it if you just drop it all the way down the first. Made it easier on me. And so anyway, back to this. I tightened those up nice and tight, and got it there, rolled my wheel. Everything was whatever. It cranked in park instead of neutral. And I was like, fuck yeah. Alright, and drove it for a little bit, and it started started out running perfect. And then it started like slipping or whatever a little bit, and I was just like, damn it. So what I did was, and I just finished it up, I gave it I drove a little yesterday, and then I was putting it off, and then this morning I just got on up and took and undone it again, one by one, and did, this would be this one first. Alright, undid it. I took some Loctite and applied in the the seals. Oh, but before I did it, when I got back under here and checked, they had done loosened right back out, and where I could unscrew them with my hand. So, I mean, that's what made me decide to go and get the Loctite. So I went and got the Loctite, put it in the threads, then, screwed it down, hunkered down on it, pretty good bit, okay. And I flip over, and then the one on the other side, I did the same thing. Took it out. I'm hoping y'all guys see that other one. It should, but there's two. And anyway, once you locate it, once you locate this, then you know you're in the right spot. And there's gonna be up there and up over there. But I undid that one, applied it in the thread, tightened it up. Then I undid this one, put in the thread, tightened it up. Okay. I didn't put a pipe wrench on it or anything and just try to break the bolt, but tightened it up. So this is where we are now. So let's see how it does. I haven't messed with the wheels too much. Truck is a mess. But my excuses of been working on it, so take off the headlamp. If you do, like I said, you can get to it without taking all of this off. It does make it easier. You're gonna need the T30 drive bit, and then I think the rest is all 7mm. So that little white clip, for some reason it was 5.5mm, fitted perfect. Everything that you needed, there was a 7mm, the T30, the 5.5mm, and the 8mm for this one bolt that you have to take out. So, I don't know if these jokes are funny, but you might be a redneck if you have zip ties and bottom of the floor. But this is part of the old one. That's the old one altogether there. So, anyway, I know the trashy cigarette boxes and everything else, but this is my old truck I've had forever. I love it. And I don't like to do it-yourself projects, but I try to when I can. Because I feel like I did save a good bit of money making this happen. So let's see what happens. Alright. First things first. Alright. Then gear shifter is lined up. First things first, it should start and park. Alright, let's try. That feels good and tight. That's reverse. Alright, neutral. Let's stick my seatbelt on. Longer around here or something else. Okay. Check the play in this, about like what I would expect. Let's stop for the car to come up. over the D. I could move it a little bit, but I mean, it had gotten so bad, I mean, and it was about to like start. I don't know. I just hope this fixes the problem, and I hope this helps somebody else, because it's not a hard fix once you know what you're doing. And I mean, like I said, honestly, you don't have to take hardly anything off. You can just, especially the smaller you are, the better, but you can get under there easier. I'm 6'1", 220 pounds, so you know it's a little harder for me. But I could have done it, but I ended up taking it off because I thought I was going to have to get to a harder piece. But this is the, you know, odometer ain't working at the moment, but it does when it wants to. So far, so good. I hope after putting that, you know, I'm always nervous about super gluing anything, because once you do, I mean, it's a wrap. So I was nervous about putting the Loctite in, but I mean, literally after 15 miles, it had done vibrated loose. So anyway, wish me luck. Maybe seems to be shifting out on 70. I've got a few do-it-yourself projects on YouTube, like on these model Fords, 99 here, 99 through 03, or 97 through 03. These small doors, side doors that open, they're bad about just getting where they want open. So I actually fixed that up with zip ties because the clamp broke. I mean, there's a lot of times zip ties is a wonderful tool, but they will wear out, which anything will. But just by, you know, I got one open, I took the case off, and you have to squeeze two wires together for it to pop open. I can't remember if I made a video on that or not, which was, it was very crazy because my passenger door worked like a charm. I mean, I got fixed it, it opens like new now. I still don't try to open up too many of them. Just, you know, just because. My driver's side door will open, but I could never get it set just right, the tension just right.